Hi there, welcome to LSB Feasters Radio Channel and Travel Corner. So glad you're here today because today we're going to Boston with WROR 105.7 FM. It's the greatest hit station in Boston, and it's been around for many years. It was WVBF, and then it changed to WCLB and WKLB as a country station. It became oldies, grabbing the WROR call letters away from 98.5 when they ditched them, and throughout that whole time, there was one morning show on that station. That was Loren Owens and Wally Brine. Loren and Wally. Very popular in New England. Loren worked for many stations over the years, had been all around the country. Wally Brine was the son of WPRO AM Providence legend Salty Brine. They both went to work at WVBF back in 1981, and in 1982, management decided to take the two of them and put them together, and they had chemistry. I mean, they obviously did. They rolled on that show for 38 years, doing towny tunes and all their zany bits and Men from Maine. It became a real staple around Boston. They were together until 2016 when Wally decided to retire. And Loren continued the show by himself. But management decided they wanted to make some changes. They couldn't come to an agreement. And sadly, Loren left the show. The show actually continues. It's not Loren and Wally. It's just the ROR morning show now. Let's check out Loren and Wally on 105.7 Boston's WROR.
Frugal Fanny's in Westwood, Reading, and Framingham.
Doors open Friday morning at 10.
Hey, I have, right here in my hand, I have reams and reams of other stuff I wrote yesterday.
Really?
That we'll get into a little later in the program tomorrow. Can you excuse me? Just let me, morning, RR.
Hello, Loren and Wally?
Yes.
It's Madeline Albright.
Oh my gosh, what an honor. The U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations on the phone with us.
The honor is entirely mine. I'm calling you from the UN this morning where I'm listening to the show.
Thank you.
It's hilarious.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
Especially you, Loren, and your funny stuff you write.
Thank you. Thank you, Madeline.
Hey, speaking of funny, what's the difference between, wait a minute, no, you wrote it wrong. What's the ideal weight for Saddam Hussein?
What is the what, Madeline?
What is the ideal weight for Saddam Hussein?
I don't know. What is it?
About 2.5 pounds, including the urn.
Okay. Well, Madeline, now that's humorous,
Goodbye.
Madeline. Thank you.
Loren and Wally in the morning. Good morning, WROR.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, left us. Come on. Hey, come on, homie, Wally. What's up, Loren? Wally is in the house.
Time to get up with your radio. We'll send you on your very merry way. We hope you have a nice Christmas, and if you drink, then take the bus. If you drive when you are hammered, you'll end up in the slammer. You'll go straight to jail and miss the Loren and Wally show.
The new 105.7 WROR. That's it. Jackson 5, Santa Claus coming to town.
That was great.
That's great.
Is that the first Christmas song we've played this season? I think it is, isn't it?
Pretty much so, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow. We played one before?
I heard Jimmy Roberts play one yesterday.
Oh, that
He
doesn't
played-
count, though.
Oh,
that doesn't count.
Good. It's on this show that is the first one
You know
on
what he
this show.
played that I love? It's Santa Baby, Madonna Santa.
I
It's
like
one of my
that. That's
favorite
right.
songs.
Yeah.
That was that song we used to have, Pretty Little Dolly.
Yep. We still have that somewhere.
I think we got it around here. We'll have to play it for everybody some of these
Hey,
days.
speaking of Jimmy Roberts, don't forget to be listening today because he'll have more Christmas songs and, of course, all the great songs to help your workday zip by at an alarming rate, actually.
Alarming, I know. It's, at practically, I would say, near light speed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so join him 10 o'clock today here. And now, Bill's time safe traffic update. How we doing, Bill?
Very slow working your way in on the lower deck now. We have a left lane breakdown right by Assembly Square, and you're back into Medford. I'll check it again shortly. Officer Bill's time saver traffic on the new 105.7 WROR.
You know, Judy, we kind of lose sight of things with all the excitement going on, and you know, it's almost becoming old hat now. But how's everything going on the space shuttle right now? Any problems?
It's going very well. They did yesterday. They did their spacewalk, which was very successful, and they went out and toyed around with a remote camera.
Yeah,
oh, that
they put
sounds
up the
good.
big crane.
Excuse me, selling grass. Come in, please.
Morning, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. L&M Cigarettes has become the first cigarette company to list its ingredients on the package. Among the ingredients are artificial milk chocolate and natural chocolate flavor. The company also announced that along with their traditional L&M plain, they'll now have L&M peanut. And yesterday, as we mentioned, the space shuttle astronauts released a free-floating camera in space. The hardest part of this project was getting the camera off of the Japanese astronaut's neck.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly.
Loren and Wally will be right back, right here on the new 105.7 WROR.
There are people who would have you believe local phone service is easy. It's not. At Bell Atlantic, we've been doing it for 100 years. We know exactly how easy it isn't.
Oh, that was pretty much the end of the commercial there. The new 105.7 WROR. Good morning. This is Loren Wally. Hey, listen, want to remind you, Joe Martell's going to be making a couple of rare personal appearances coming up this weekend. Joe's got a busy weekend. Chance to meet Joe Saturday from noon to 2 at Harry the Greek's, and then again Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 at the Framingham Mall. So if you're going to have to... Oh, my God, poor Joe. And then Joe is going to be so busy because next week he starts the gift wrapping down here in the food court, center court here at the Prue Center. So busy time coming up over the holidays here.
It'll be all tuckered out.
Okay, want to help you? Now, there's a term you don't hear that much.
Tuckered out. Tuckered out.
Okay.
Too poop to pop.
Yeah, there's another one. Hey, want to talk to you about, speaking of the holidays coming up, Vermont teddy bears. I mean, can't do better than this. As a matter of fact, some major holiday decorating took place at my place yesterday.
Oh, Sue is so into Christmas.
I mean, we're talking so much of it revolves around teddy bears. And, Santa bears. And
yeah, what did she put up yesterday?
And a Santa bear and the Mrs. Claus bear and the little elves, all together here. So these things are available for you, but we want to warn you again. These are specialty items. They do for the holiday season. They do have the possibility of running out. They ran out of a few of the items last year because they've become so popular. Don't put it off. Call today, Vermont Teddy Bear Company. Give them the number there, Waldo.
It's 1-800-829-BEAR. And Lauren's right. I remember this happened last year. People would call in us saying, oh, they ran out of the bears I wanted. So don't wait too long. There's, Rudy the Red-Nosed Bear is kind of a neat bear. Let me just tell you quickly about that. It's got caramel fur, wears a Santa hat. It's got a big, bright red nose, which is a little different for a bear. And it's 3 feet tall. It's a beauty. Call them, 829. That's 1-800-829-BEAR, the Vermont Teddy Bear Company.
Oh, by the way, you want to see them. They're on the World Wide Web. Here you go, www.vtbear.com. It is the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. 7:30, Judy standing by.
And I've got the news you'll remember from the new 105.7 WROR Boston, brought to you by Silver City. We've got the rain and clouds today, high 40 to 50. Bill Heckbert's got the drive covered with Officer Bill's time saver traffic.
Not an easy ride in this morning, Judy. We have a lot of volume coming in on the lower deck. You're back into Medford, and watch out for left lane breakdown as you pass Assembly Square. And if you're coming up the expressway, it's just a solid line of traffic from Braintree to Boston. Route 3 southbound extra heavy this morning, starting in Tingsboro all the way to Billerica, and an accident in 495 southbound right before 290 in Marlboro in the process of being cleared. I'll check it again shortly. Now with the news, here is Judy.
All right, thanks, Bill. Evangelist Billy Graham has been hospitalized in Jacksonville, Florida, with a chest infection and possible lung inflammation.
His condition is stable, and we anticipate that he will be in hospital approximately 3 days.
He was admitted to the hospital last night. Louise Woodward is still a free woman thanks to Justice Ruth Abrams, who issued her ruling yesterday in record time, swiftly and briefly.
The Judicial Court has ordered the appeal of the defendant and the appeal of the Commonwealth taken, and expedited.
That's it, meaning both the prosecution and defense's appeals will be heard before the state Supreme Judicial Court in March. Until then, Louise Woodward remains free. Both sides said they were pretty happy with the ruling, which puts the appeals process on a fast track, although the prosecution had wanted Woodward back in prison. She's still legally required to stay in the country, though. In Bartow, Florida, 4 people were found shot to death in an industrial park. Police are looking now for a killer or killers and also a motive. In Johannesburg, South Africa, the former wife of Nelson Mandela, Winnie Madikizela Mandela, appeared before the Truth and Reconciliation Commission today to answer charges she was involved in a reign of terror that included ordering several people killed. She denied all the charges, calling them ridiculous and ludicrous. According to the Wall Street Journal, the MBTA is reportedly extremely close now to working out a deal to allow cell phone use in 4 subway stations. If it works out, you won't lose that call underground. And the shuttle astronauts had a great time yesterday, as we've been mentioning, during their highly successful spacewalk, playing with their new toy, the remote-controlled camera. So how did they communicate to each other to get it just right?
I did try to seat the large mass and then jiggle it, try to give it a little boot, if you would.
Same way as we do on Earth, just jiggle it a little. Coming up next, WROR Sports with Wally Brine.
Hey, Eddie, I don't get it. How could the Patriots have a 1st and 10 today if they don't play till Sunday?
No, you rockhead. Now through Saturday, Silver City is celebrating the Patriots in first place by making your first 10 payments for you.
Appraisal credit affects down term and APR. Bankruptcy's discharged. Offers not in combination.
WROR Sports. Rookie Joe Thornton scored his first National Hockey League goal last night and helped the Bruins pound away at the Philadelphia Flyers and shut them out 3-0. Oh, what a game. Byron Defoe with 20 saves in net for the Bruins. We also had a goal from Stevie Hines, and P.J. Axelson put the puck in the net, too. Good job, Bruins. Not so good last night for the Celts. Michael Jordan scored 29. Dennis Rodman grabbed 17 rebounds. And the Chicago Bulls slapped around the Celtics last night and walked out of here with a 97-87 win. Antoine Walker was the high scorer with 19 points for the Celtics. And the Golden State Warriors have terminated the contract of All-Star guard Latrell Sprewell. He assaulted his head coach during practice Monday. We told you about that yesterday. The 27-year-old Sprewell had nearly 3 years left on a 4-year, $32 million contract. He's out a ton of dough. That's your sports. I'm Wally Brine.
WROR weather. Well, we've got some rain, some clouds, a little fog, too. High 40 to 50. Tonight, cloudy, maybe a little light rain early, then drizzle and fog in the 30s. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high 35 to 45. Right now, 43 in Norwood. Here at the Prue, it's 42. I'm Judy Paparelli. That's the news you'll remember, brought to you by Silver City. Now more of the songs you remember with the Secretary of State's favorite diplomats, Loren and Wally.
You have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
On the new 105.7 WROR.
The songs you remember with Loren and Wally. WROR.
The new 105.7 WROR. Playing the songs you remember from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. This Loren Wally. Boy, busy this morning. We got Judy's entertainment update coming up. Our weekly conversation with Mr. Everything is coming up. We got some stuff we got to talk to him about, too. And we'll go ahead and check traffic in a minute. Hang on here.
What are you doing this Sunday or Monday? No, I'm not trying to sell you furniture. I want to let you know of a unique opportunity. Jordan's Furniture is expanding. Our Natick You've Never Seen Anything Like It superstore is scheduled to open in March of '98. And if you're a caring, honest, enthusiastic individual, here's your chance to make a career change where you'll actually enjoy going to work each day. Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Monday 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Hampton Inn on Speen Street in Natick, Jordan's Furniture is having a job fest. We're growing, and we need hundreds of great people for all of our stores in sales, office, and warehouse. We believe in promoting from within whenever possible. Our wages and benefits are terrific, and we're an equal opportunity employer. So what are you doing Sunday or Monday? Come to the Hampton Inn at Speen Street in Natick. You could actually enjoy going to work each day. How's that for a change?
Jordan's Furniture Job Fest, Sunday 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Hampton Inn, Speen Street, Natick.
Startling information from Ms. Paparelli's entertainment update 60 seconds away.
Ooh.
Stand by. coming up right here at WROR.
What's the matter?
Hold on, we're having a technical problem here, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be back after this important word.
Okay.
President.
That's an important word.
Jones Dairy Farm welcomes you to breakfast at our house. To get here, take the path that leads to the big farmhouse with the red roof and come on in. Finding the kitchen is easy. Just follow the delicious smell of Jones sausage and look for Uncle Milo in his tartan plaid shirt at the head of the table. Made with the choicest quality ingredients, Jones sausage has been a family favorite since 1889. Of course, if you can't make it to our house in person, you can always enjoy a Jones breakfast at your house. Simply serve our golden brown, our brown and serve, or our all-natural breakfast sausage in your choice of link patty or roll. It'll be just like breakfast with the Joneses, except for Uncle Milo and his tartan shirt. Jones, welcome to our house.
Begin your own family breakfast tradition by visiting Market Basket. This week, Market Basket features the delicious taste of Jones Brown and Serve sausage products. So make Jones a family tradition at your house.
Judy's Entertainment Update for the new 105.7 WROR. Okay, what's going on, Judy?
John Kennedy Jr. and his wife, Carolyn Bessette, were at Carnegie Hall this week. They went to Elton John's opera, Figaro. They sat with Barbara Walters, Barbara Walters just hangs out with everyone in New York. She's totally in the middle of all the society, as well as being respected for her journalistic stuff. It's amazing how in the middle of everything she is. And tonight, the president and Hillary Rodham Clinton are going to have a special screening of Amistad. Which
that looks
I can't
good.
wait to see that. I
see it,
cannot wait to see that. That's going to be great. Jay Leno is apparently going to, during the Super Bowl, he's going to have an original program on a weekend for the first time.
Really?
It's going to be called the Super Bowl edition of his show, and they're going to tape it following the final tackle of the Super Bowl, and then it'll air that night.
Oh,
so it's going to be, they'll be able to be current on who won and everything, which suggests to me that Jay Leno will be having on probably all the people who were big in the game.
Wow,
Whoever's big in the game, whatever, I think that could be interesting. And this is no surprise to me. It's been 3 months since Princess Diana's death, and now the numbers are coming out on how newsworthy this story was, how big. It's one of the biggest stories, volume-wise and word-wise, around the world of this century. There is still no end to the amount of fascination. Every time she appears on a cover of anything, it's the sales. It's remarkable, and it was that way when she was alive, and it's that way now. It's incredible.
And by the way, we should mention that J-Lo has nothing on us because coming up this Saturday and Sunday,
Weekend Special.
Loren Wally Morning Show will be on this Saturday beginning at 8 and on Sunday beginning at 8. Thank you very much.
Weekend Special.
Okay, Judy's Entertainment Update brought to you by Frugal Fannies. Ladies, coats, and coats, and jackets, and jackets, and jackets at Frugal Fannies. They open tomorrow morning at 10.